I quit my job 6 years ago, and here are the 3 lessons that I have learned since then. So I quit my job when I was 23. So I obviously started working around the age of 20. I studied as a software developer. Just for a little bit of context, I studied as a software developer, and then I have a BTech degree, and then I worked for around 2.5 years with a SaaS startup, and I quit when I was age 23. Obviously it was a risky move then, but let's see how it turned out. Let's see what I learned in the process, and let's see how has 6 years of entrepreneurship treated me. At this point, I am an entrepreneur for 6 years, and I was an employee for 2.5 years. So I have been an entrepreneur for a longer time. So here are the 3 lessons that I have learned. Number 1, the best way to grow your wealth is to own your own business or to own equity in a growing business. So when I quit, I was just starting out, right? It was 2.5 years into the corporate world. So did I see myself owning equity in this company? Did I see myself staying in this company for the next 5 to 10 years of my life so that I can get significant equity for it to translate into wealth for me? I'll be honest and say that I did not think that. I did not think that long term. I also didn't think, as a 23-year-old at that time, I also didn't know this, that all right, if you own equity in a company, in a growing startup, it's also great for your wealth creation business. So at that point, I didn't think along these lines, and I definitely thought being my own boss would bring me the freedom. So I definitely went into the route of I had rather own my own business. Do I regret it? Absolutely not. I think I was always meant to run my own business, and it has been a hard journey for sure, but it has been such a worthwhile journey. So I absolutely do not regret it. So basically, for you to generate wealth, I would give you 2 advices. Either own your own company, or if you're involved in a company where you either have equity or profit sharing, then that's awesome, and you can see how that will generate wealth for you in the coming years. I have this quote from Naval Ravikant, which I'll put on the screen, but let me read it. Seek wealth, not money or status. Wealth is having assets that earn while you sleep, and money is how we transfer time and wealth, and status is your place in the social hierarchy. So Naval Ravikant, I read his book, The Almanac of Naval Ravikant. He's an angel investor and a founder, and I deeply resonate with his modern philosophy thoughts that he has written in his books. And this is one of it, where he talks about seeking wealth, so that wealth is where basically you create assets that make money while you sleep. For example, if you own a tech company, then the code you write, basically the automations, AI algorithms will actually do the work. The machines and the servers will do the work while you sleep, and millions and millions of people can use those software on a daily basis without you having to necessarily put your time in, where there is disproportionate amount of input versus the output. And that's what we want. If you can put X amount of input and can get 10x the amount of output, that is ideal, right? That is disproportionate. Whereas if you put in X amount of input and you get X amount of output, not the smartest way. I mean, it's still a good way to make money, but it's not a good way to generate wealth. So then you want to think about, can I write code? Can I create media, like content, like YouTubers today, content creators today can create one video, and that one video will have a watch time of thousands of hours, and that one video can earn them multiple thousands of dollars in passive income when they created the video just once. So I think that's amazing. So you want to think about what kind of assets can I create to generate wealth, which will, generate wealth, generate money, generate social proof, generate leverage, even if I'm not actively working for them. So I think that is such an important thought process that I learned during this process. So building onto that, I have built my own media business, right? I sell courses, I sell coaching programs, masterminds, consulting, all of that. So my business is categorized as a media business. I also create content online on YouTube, Instagram. If you're on my newsletter, you should be following me everywhere. So I do create content on all the platforms, which in turn generate leads for my media business, right? So that is, I believe, the smartest way to run your business right now in 2022 and then going forward as well. So I have this media business, and now I'm also thinking, all right, how do I generate more wealth? So I'm also thinking, where can I invest the money that I have and become like an angel investor in startups and companies that I believe in. So coming back to the first point that I said, you build a business, you own a business, or you own an equity in a growing business. So I'm trying to leverage both the things at this point. However, when I started, I believe that the focus was important. So like I just focus on growing my company over the last 6 years, and only at this point am I now thinking about, also owning equity in other companies which I truly believe in. So that was point number one. Either own your business to generate your wealth, or own an equity in a growing business. Let me know if step number one was valuable to you in the comments, and let me know if you have any questions around this. Number two, freedom is the greatest form of wealth in my opinion, and it is hard to put a dollar amount on it. For example, when I quit my job, I took a trip to the mountains. It was in Bir, Himachal Pradesh. It was like full of mountains, and I took a few weeks off. I was just like journaling, meeting new people, paragliding, hiking in the mountains, eating the best food, just enjoying nature, and also journaling all about my business plan. And to this day, I think that was a foundational point in my business, because just when I quit my job, I had to create some white space, right? To journal, to figure out what I wanted to do. Because honestly, guys, I always believe that if you want to cut a tree, spend 100 hours sharpening your axe rather than 100 hours just, trying to cut the tree from like different directions. So I was making $5,000 months consistently as a freelancer, like 4 to 5 months down this journey. So I took a backpacking trip across Southeast Asia, and I traveled to Indonesia. I climbed across active volcano Mount Batur, and then I went to Bali, Gili Islands, all of these amazing places with the most like natural nature if that's even what you call it over there. And then I also went to Cambodia, like carrying my laptop in my backpack, and I went to Angkor Wat, which is like a huge temple, and it has such a calm spiritual energy to it. And I remember like there's a water body near Angkor Wat, like in the temple, and I was sitting there for hours, just like thinking, meditating, journaling. And I saw all the people around me were like traveling with their families, with their babies and everything. And it was so fun to see that, yes, they were enjoying and living their best life. But I also was super happy because traveling alone brings that out. For me, like being alive, I think that's the most important thing. So I was able to make these experiences because I was not tied to a job, or I was not tied to a specific, company. And I had the freedom. Like I did the backpacking thing for weeks. I was traveling with my laptop. I took care of my clients. I was like offering done for you services then. So I took care of my clients while I was traveling. Like in the morning, I would catch up to all of my work for like 3-4 hours. And then I would like go out for the day, have adventures, meet people, eat local food, take like just spontaneous things, explorations, and then come back at night with my heart full and my feet tired. But I think those are the memories and those are the experiences that shaped me. So I believe that freedom is the most important form of wealth, and it's hard to put a dollar amount to it, but for me it just goes at the very top, honestly. Then a little bit into my business, I was able to travel to conferences in the United States and meet with like the top industry leaders, be able to learn from them, network with them, gain awesome clients as well as friends. And I was like just a sponge, you know, I was just trying to gather the best information, the best experience, and get to learn from the smartest minds in the world. And I believe it shaped me. Like, I learned so much about the industry, I learned so much about entrepreneurship and running a business, because get this, I do not have a formal MBA or a business degree or a finance degree or anything like that, right? I have literally bootstrapped this business from scratch. So just being able to learn from people, I think, is amazing, like attending masterminds and conferences. That it is literally the #1 way I would advise like my audience to learn from, honestly. And if you're interested in a mastermind, you might want to check out Vortex Mastermind, which is a mastermind that I'm hosting. If you wish to like grow your personal brand and sell out your high-end offers, hiring a team and running your operations smoothly. Comment Vortex in the comments if you would like more information. So there are 3 pillars to a great life, I believe. It's health, wealth, and relationships. And I think it's so important for them to play around beautifully. For example, my wealthy life, the definition of a wealthy life for me is to be able to have inner peace, to be able to have a clean mind, a grounded mind, and be connected to my spiritual self, and to have a fit body in terms of eating, you know, food which is good for me, but also daily movement. So meditation, journaling, good food, healthy, fit body is definitely important to me. Then for the wealth, yes, I want to make money. Yes, I want to create great amount of impact. But I also want my net worth to be proportional to the impact that I make. I want them to go hand in hand, and I honestly believe that if you worry about your impact first, I think your net worth is just gonna follow itself. And then comes relationships. So for relationships, I want to think about what kind of relationships do I want for my own family? What kind of relationships do I want with my parents and my sister? What kind of relationships and fun do I want to have with my friends, and memories I want to create? So health, wealth, and relationships. A healthy mix of this is the definition of a wealthy life for me. So I want to ask you, what are the different KPIs? What are the different metrics of a wealthy life for you? Because for everyone it's different. Like, I'm sure like you value certain stuff more than I value certain stuff, and vice versa. I'm sure there's like something that you get connected to more, that you get attracted to more. So comment below and let me know, because I believe that awareness is important. Because too many times we just watch everyone on social media and then we feel like we are losing behind on the matrices of success that other people are having. But I want to ask you, and I want to ask you to re-evaluate. Does someone else succeeding in one part of their life make your success any less? Because again, their matrices are different, your matrices are different. So you want to be aware of it, so you don't kill yourself and you don't frustrate yourself by comparing your life to other people's lives on social media. So to summarize, these are the 3 learnings I had. The best way to grow a business is to own a business or to own equity in a growing business. Number 2, freedom is the most important form of wealth for me, and it's hard to put a dollar amount. Number 3, health, wealth, and relationships are 3 important pillars, and you need to define your matrices of success in all of these different categories. This is basically my opinion, and it's not a video where I ask you to quit your job, but my opinion is very clear. I love being an entrepreneur. It is absolutely the right path for me, and if you are like of a similar mindset than me, then maybe being an entrepreneur and growing your own business is the right path for you. If that is, I would love to see how we can work together. So before you go on, I want to point you to this video. If you watch this video, I talk about how you can get clients for your business. So if you're like just starting a new business, or you have a business but are looking to find high-ticket clients, I request you to watch this training. It's not just a video, it's a 1-hour training, so I'm sure it will be helpful. As always, before signing off, smash that like button as well as the subscribe button, because I love creating content for you guys, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one.